He had just 20 pounds in his pocket, no backup plan, and one weekend to change his life. Most players would have walked away, accepted defeat, and moved on. But not Nathan Aspinall. With his career hanging by a thread and his pride on the line, he stepped up to the ockey, and what happened next didn't just save his future. It rewrote his entire legacy. Not every darts legend starts under bright lights or with a camera in their face. Some begin quietly, in places no one would ever expect. For Nathan Aspinall, it all started in a local pub, not chasing trophies, not dreaming of stardom, just a 16-year-old kid throwing darts beside his dad and granddad. These weren't elite coaches or famous mentors. They were just two men who loved the game, passing on something simple: passion. At first, Nathan wasn't thinking about being great. It was just a few throws, a few laughs, a few quiet nights in the pub. But somewhere along the way, something clicked. He kept practicing, kept showing up, until the day he started beating the pub regulars, the guys who used to wipe the floor with newcomers like him. That's when it changed. That's when he started to believe maybe, just maybe, he could take it further. But belief is one thing. Breaking into the pro scene? That was a whole different battle. By 2012, Nathan wasn't just playing for pride anymore. He wanted to compete, to prove that the quiet kid from Stockport could stand shoulder to shoulder with the best. He entered the PDC Development and Challenge Tours, where young talent fought hard for a shot at the big time. But reality hit fast. The results didn't match the effort. No wins, no headlines, just grind. Still, Nathan didn't back down. In 2013, he entered Q School for the first time, the gateway to professional darts. This was his shot to earn a tour card and go pro. The dream was loud, the heart was in it, but the outcome, brutal. He walked away with nothing, no card, no contract, no clear way forward. And for the first time, the door to everything he'd been chasing slammed shut. Most people would have taken the hint, but Nathan wasn't most people. With darts suddenly looking like a dead end, Nathan did something no one saw coming. He joined the Army. It wasn't about medals or missions. It was about discipline, structure, and finding direction when his dreams seemed out of reach. He pushed through basic training, faced the mental and physical grind head-on, and even started imagining a new future, one without darts. But just as life began to take a different shape, everything came to a halt. A medical issue forced him out, just like that. His military path ended before it even began. That's when the truth hit him hard. If the Army had worked out, darts would have been gone for good. And maybe that's why, when fate handed him a second chance, he wasn't going to waste it. Back in Stockport, with the Army dream over and the darts door barely cracked open, Nathan was lost. The passion was still there, but the reality was harsh. He had no sponsor, no income, and no real path forward. That's when something completely unexpected happened. The landlord of his local pub, the same one where Nathan first threw a dart, stepped in. He'd watched Nathan grow up, watched him pour his heart into a game that had given nothing back. And now, he offered something that would change everything. 450 pounds. The exact cost to enter Q School again. Not a loan, not an investment, just pure belief in a young man chasing a fading dream. That act of faith reignited the fire. Nathan took the money, entered Q School once more, and this time, he earned his tour card. After years of grinding in the shadows, he was finally a professional darts player. But getting there was only half the battle. Life didn't flip overnight. There were no major wins waiting for him on the other side. His first year on tour was a test. No glory, no big moments, just experience and hard lessons. But Nathan was learning, sharpening, growing. At the UK Open, he broke through to the last 32. And on the development tour, he didn't just compete, he won. Then came the 2015 World Youth Championship final, where he faced Germany's Max Hopp. The match was tense, 11 tight legs, nerves stretched thin. Nathan lost by a single leg, but the message was loud and clear. He belonged. He wasn't just another name on a bracket anymore, he was a threat. But just when momentum started to build, everything fell apart. 2016 should have been the breakthrough. Nathan had his tour card, experience under his belt, and growing respect on the circuit. But instead, everything went wrong. Match after match, his form slipped. The wins dried up, confidence drained away. He was entering tournaments and leaving with nothing, sometimes not even a single win. By the end of the year, the truth hit hard. He'd lost his tour card. Again. Nathan broke down, not quietly, not privately. He cried in front of his family, friends, everyone. He felt like a failure, a washed-up pro who never quite made it. For the first time since that pub with his granddad, he seriously considered giving up. But something inside him refused to quit. He tried again in 2017. Same hunger, same fight, but the results? Still brutal. Q school came and went. No card, no miracle run, nothing. He took a steady job just to survive, all while raising a young family and clinging to a dream that felt further away than ever. And then, 2018, the year everything changed, but not the way you'd expect. Nathan was broke, not metaphorically, literally. He had just 20 pounds in his account, no sponsors, no plan B, just a desperate shot at one last Pro Tour weekend. He told himself, if it doesn't work this time, I'm done. He walked in with nothing. He walked out with $10,000. Nathan Aspinall had just won his first Pro Tour title. And in that moment, everything shifted. It wasn't just a win, it was survival. And what came next would shock everyone. Just 6 months after nearly walking away, Nathan stepped onto the stage at Alexandra Palace, the biggest event in darts. He wasn't a favorite, he wasn't even a dark horse. Most people didn't know his name. But that was about to change. In the first round, he dismantled Geert Nentius without dropping a set. Smooth, clinical, focused. Then came Gerwin Price, Grand Slam champion, powerhouse, heavy favorite. At one point, Price had a match dart. One more bullseye, and Aspinall's dream was over. He missed. That single mistake cracked the door open, and Nathan blew it wide. He launched a stunning comeback and took the match in one of the tournament's biggest shocks. From there, momentum surged. He beat Kyle Anderson, then Devin Peterson, then Brendan Dolan. One win after another, Nathan kept rising, until suddenly he wasn't just surviving, he was in the semi-finals. And just like that, the guy who walked in with 20 pounds walked out with 100,000 pounds, and a permanent place in the conversation. The whispers were gone, the doubts had faded. Now, the question was simple. Can he win a major? In 2019, at the UK Open in Minehead, Nathan answered that question with a resounding yes. The road wasn't easy. He had to battle past a brutal lineup: Tony Alcinas, Medars Razma, Steve Lennon, Ross Smith, and again, Gerwin Price. Then came the final against Rob Cross. The lights brighter, the pressure heavier. But Nathan didn't just show up, he delivered. When he landed the tournament's highest checkout to seal the win, the arena erupted. Nathan dropped to his knees in tears. After years of fighting, failing, and nearly quitting, he'd done it. Nathan Aspinall was a major champion, and the world of darts would never look at him the same again. After the UK Open, everything changed. Nathan Aspinall wasn't just a feel-good story anymore, he was a serious contender. He kicked off 2019 with a Premier League contender spot, one of the most exclusive invites in darts. Then came the World Series of Darts in Las Vegas. For a kid who started in a Stockport pub, walking onto the Vegas stage felt surreal. But this wasn't just about showing up. Nathan came to prove something. He took out Sean Brenneman, then Rob Cross, then Peter Wright, and in the final, he destroyed Michael Smith, averaging an insane 106. It was a performance that silenced every critic. A message loud and clear. This wasn't a fluke. This was the real Nathan Aspinall. And he wasn't done yet. That same year, he made a deep run at the World Grand Prix and cracked into the sport's top 8. Suddenly, the kid who almost quit was now one of the world's best. But he wasn't chasing underdog status anymore. He was chasing legacy. For most players, success is measured in trophies, rankings, and averages. But for Nathan Aspinall, it's something deeper. It's about the moments he nearly walked away. The nights he cried alone, convinced it was over. The times he showed up with nothing but belief and left with everything. He didn't rise because he was handed a golden opportunity. He rose because he refused to quit when everything said he should. He's not just a top 8 player, not just a Premier League name. Nathan Aspinall is living proof that you don't need perfect timing, money, or even momentum. You just need one thing: guts. He bet on himself when no one else would. And every time he steps up to the ockey now, he carries more than just a dart. He carries a story. One about falling, failing, and fighting back. Because sometimes, the most powerful victories come from the edge of giving up.